Hello everybody, my name is Kata and I am a certified personal trainer and group fitness instructor that specializes in working with 50 and better. And today we're going to talk about connection breathing. And that basically just means connecting your breathing with your pelvic floor. So it's all connected. And so connecting our breathing with our pelvic floor can really help us learn to control those muscles and to use our breath in the most effective way possible. So if you think about it, the best description that I have found and that I really like is that your torso is like a canister, or if you've ever seen those oval trash cans, that's basically what our torso is. The lid of the trash can or the canister is your diaphragm. The bottom of the canister is your pelvic floor, which runs from your pubic bone all the way back to your tailbone. In the center and in the front is your transverse abdominis. These are the muscles, or the muscle that's underneath the rectus abdominis, which is what people consider to be the six-pack. But we're looking at the muscles that are a little bit deeper, that are underneath the rectus abdominis, so the transverse abdominis. And then in the back, we're looking at the multifidus, which are muscles that run along your spine. So when you think about your connection breathing, every time that you inhale, your diaphragm contracts and shrinks down, and it pushes down on your organs, and then your pelvic floor also relaxes so that the organs have room to shift down. And every time you exhale, everything shifts back up. So every time that you take a breath, your chest expands, the muscles between your ribs also expand to allow your rib cage to go out. And then your diaphragm drops down, and everything from your diaphragm down to your pelvic floor shifts down. And then when you exhale, everything comes back up and comes back in to help you exhale that air. So one of the things that you can do is just to practice breathing, whether you do it standing, sitting, sometimes lying in bed is also a good way to practice. But if we just take a couple of deep breaths, and it always takes me a couple to really get the feeling that I'm looking for, we're just going to inhale in and allow the pelvic floor to relax. We don't want to just let it hang out. We want it to just relax and allow everything to shift down. And then when we exhale like we're blowing through a straw. It doesn't have to be forceful, but think like you're blowing through a straw or blowing out a candle, or practice blowing through pursed lips and allowing everything to shift back up. So if we take a couple of breaths, and let's try it. So we just breathe in and everything expands and drops down. And then we exhale and we contract. So let's try that again. So we inhale and we exhale. And I'm going to show you one sitting on a stability ball. So I've had clients that have gone in and they do have some pelvic floor dysfunction. So they may have, their rectum may drop down. They may have a little bit of the pelvic floor that's dropping down. So a lot of times they will have them practice this connection breath, but they will have them doing it sitting, especially on a stability ball if you have one, because that's going to provide a little bit of support to your pelvic floor as you are doing these exercises. So we just think about breathing in and then out. Let's do another one. Breathe in and out. And as I said, this is one that always takes me a little bit of time. My first couple of breaths never truly feel connected, but the more that I do them and the more that I practice them, the better they start to feel. So how does this translate into your strength training? So one thing that you can do is, we all know squats. So just think about your squat. And I start with a little bit of a wider stance, but again, if you already have a little bit of issues going on with your pelvic floor, Start with a narrow stance. You're going to have a little bit more support and your pelvic floor isn't going to be getting stretched out as much. So we just take our feet and we think nice and tall, and as we drop down into our squat is when we inhale and we relax. And remember, we don't want to just let it all hang out, but we just want to allow those muscles to relax. So as we breathe in, it can drop down. So let's breathe in. And then as we exhale, we drive through our heels and allow everything to come back up again. So let's try that one again. So inhale as we drop down, and exhale as we come up. Good. Another one that you can do if you have a resistance band, and I don't happen to have mine with me, but you can have your resistance band anchored safely and hold onto it. And you're nice and tall, neutral spine, neutral posture. And as you inhale, and then you exhale, and you row the band towards your chest. So then you go forward, inhale and relax, and exhale and contract. So hopefully that explanation made a little bit of sense, and the next time you're doing some exercises or the next time that you're just sitting, go ahead and take a few breaths. The more you practice, the better at it that you will get, and really try to focus on feeling the diaphragm lower and things shift and your pelvic floor relax when you inhale, and then as you exhale, allowing a little bit of contraction and everything to shift back up a little bit. So if you have any questions, peas on earth, please feel free to contact me. It's kata.boyer@gmail.com. You can also like or comment on this video, and feel free to check out my other videos on my YouTube page, Kata Bautel, and I also offer group exercise classes on my website, fitpages.me/KataB. So I hope to hear from you and have a wonderful day. Bye.